Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden just announced an additional $1 billion in military aid for Ukraine. Like it was not enough money in what they gave previously. No, they need another $1 billion. It's amazing when it's a European nation, the pockets got tons of money to give. It really does. You say the word reparations, and everybody's all tapped out and don't have a thing. Okay, let's get into this. So, the Biden administration announces additional $1 billion in military aid for Ukraine. The Biden administration announced on Wednesday that it was providing an additional $1 billion in military aid to Ukraine to fight Russia. The package that includes shipments of additional howitzers, ammunition, and coastal defense systems. U.S. President Joe Biden spoke by phone with Zelensky on Wednesday ahead of the announcement, which the Pentagon said includes providing Ukraine with 36,000 rounds of ammunition, two Harpoon coastal defense systems, 18 howitzers. I informed the president of Ukraine that the United States is providing another $1 billion in security assistance for Ukraine, including additional artillery and coastal defense weapons, as well as ammunition for the artillery and advanced rocket systems that the Ukrainians need to support their defensive operation in Donbass. Biden said in a statement after the call. We also discuss Secretary Austin's efforts in Brussels today to coordinate additional international support for the Ukrainian armed forces. Speaking in Brussels, the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the U.S. and Ukraine are working in lockstep to meet Ukraine's request for new capabilities, especially its need for long range fire armor and coastal defense. The latest weapon package comes as Ukraine's military is burning through its Soviet era ammunition, while Ukrainian officials have pled with the West to send additional heavy weaponry as the war with Russia girds on. Western intelligence and military officials believe the war is at a critical stage that could determine the long term outcome of the conflict, while Russia has a significant artillery advantage. Like, that's shocking. I mean, I knew this from the beginning. Round two key cities in eastern Ukraine. Zelensky thanked Biden on Wednesday for the consistent, unwavering support for the mobilization of the international security, according to the statement from the Ukrainian president's office. The security support from the United States is unprecedented. It brings us closer to the common victory over the Soviet aggressor. Zelensky said, "You don't have no victory over them." A Pentagon spokesperson said that the U.S. has now committed more than $5 billion in security assistance to Ukraine since Russia invaded in February. Mm, mm, mm. So the package is expected to include weapons and supplies that can be quickly shipped from existing U.S. stockpiles, as well as issuing new contracts for long term supplies. The U.S. will also provide $225 million in humanitarian assistance to Ukraine, which Biden said will go towards supplying safe drinking water, critical medical supplies, and health care, food, shelter, and cash for families to purchase essential items. Wow. Can you imagine the people here that could use that too during this inflation that's going on? I'm just saying. Okay, so Austin and the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Mark Milley, on Wednesday were in Brussels, where a meeting was held with a working group of nearly 50 countries to discuss the crisis. The U.S. has sent a number of weapon shipments to Ukraine since Russia invaded the country in February, increasing the capability that it's provided to Ukraine's military as the conflict has continued. And Russia said it's going to be a long one. Ukrainian officials, however, have been pushing for more heavy weaponry and have expressed frustrations um, of the way it's been trickling down. Mm, Ukraine's deputy minister said Tuesday that the country has only received 10% of the military assistance Kyiv has requested from the West. However, efforts we put, no matter how professional our army is, without the assistance of our Western partners, Ukraine will not be able to win this war. Speaking at the news conference Wednesday, Milley pushed back on the notion that Ukraine wasn't getting what it needs, saying that he was in regular contact with his Ukrainian counterparts. The speed that we have delivered security assistance is without comparison, Milley said. From the time the requests are validated and authorized, it is only a matter of days until the requirement is sourced, shipped, and in the hands of the Ukrainians. In some cases, it may take a week, but most of the time, it's measured in days. Yeah, but they continue to keep begging. And the latest articles coming out says they are low, almost running completely out of ammunition. You can't win no war like that. Milley added that in warfare, no weapon systems is a silver bullet. However, so no weapon system, singular weapon system, ever quote unquote turns the balance. Milley says. If the Ukrainian used the weapon systems that the US and other allies are providing properly, Milley said, they ought to be able to take out a significant amount of targets. Milley said that despite Russian forces outnumbering and outgunning the Ukrainian forces in Donbass region, Russian consolidation of its control in eastern Ukraine was not a done deal. Yeah, but if you're being outshelled and you really can't sufficiently fight them off, it really is a done deal. Whatever Russian, whatever the Russian military get in that region, able to take over, they're not giving that back to Ukraine. So a war takes many, many turns. So I wouldn't say it is. So he's just trying to, I guess, encourage and let them know that the Ukraine still got a chance. That's all he's pretty much saying. Milley also characterized the current phase of the war as a very severe battle, almost like World War One, noting how a Russian progress in the region has been very slow, a very tough slog. And he's making these claims that Russia got a lot of problems. And you know what? I don't even listen to that because everything the US try to tell you don't even turn out to be true. So y'all have to tell me what you think about Biden giving yet another $1 billion to Ukraine. And it just seems like every conversation ends up with a lot of money for the Ukraine. Very expensive conversations, by the way. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this latest money going to Ukraine. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.